Welcome to a historical video, as yesterday Arjun Erigaisi was playing Dmitry Andreikin in European Chess Club Cup 2024, and if Arjun wins this game, he can cross 2800 in the live ratings. So Arjun is playing e4. Earlier, Dmitry Andreikin defeated Gukesh. So if you don't know who Dmitry Andreikin is, so I think around 11 years ago he was playing in the FIDE World Cup final or semi-final. So he's a very strong grandmaster and his rating speaks for himself, 27-29, and he beat Gukesh the day before. So Caro-Can on the board, d4, d5, and Arjun goes for e5. So throughout last year, I would say, so Arjun is on the radar in the lead. He entered top 10. You know, earlier he was never considered like a top player, but recently, you know, his results, he kind of overcame Prague in that sense, because we heard about Gukesh and Prague, those were like two bright stars, and while Arjun was slowly climbing the way up, and now he is one of the, elite players. He was playing board number 3 in the Chess Olympiad, which India won. And now, of course, it will be a great history if Arjun can cross 2800. e6, a3. So generally, so e6 is played, this pawn is gonna be taken. So if you try bishop e3, there is knight e6, and still you're kind of pressing this pawn, or there is knight d7, just, you know, to make sure you take one of the pawns. I'm not sure if knight c6 is theory, but it's, I think, one of the lines. And then knight g7 and maybe knight f5. But what was played is a3, one of the main lines as well. Knight f3, f6, b4, bishop goes back, bishop b2. Now knight is kind of watching towards this e5 pawn, just trying to make it, you know, stable there. And of course, you know, black are just trying to break the center. a5. So first playing in the center and then start playing on queen side. b5, knight d7, bishop d3, knight h6, queen d2, and now castle. So it looked like, alright, what black did here, some knight h6 weird stuff, but in reality, black are completely fine. They already castled, they don't really have any problems, but those bishops on b2 and d3 might become very dangerous, so both sides gotta be very careful. Knight f7, takes, knight d5, knight d5, knight d5, takes, knight c3. So knight c3, as per the computer, is a mistake, so not sure what computer says d6, so that's a kind of positional thing, because yeah, you play knight c3 and you kind of allow this to kind of, you know, break apart. Because now after d6, what happens is white have, black will be able pawn, but in reality here, you know, there are still problems with this bishop on c8, and now, you know, knight c3, knight d4, beautiful e4 square. At some point black will have to sacrifice this pawn and be with this kind of, you know, isolated pawn on e6. So in terms of positional play, d6 looks logical, but you know, you don't want to give up your pawn, considering that, you know, potentially bishop goes to d7, e8, and g6 or something. So not that clear, but alright, knight c3 was played, takes. So, and now the idea is that after queen d5 there is bishop c4, as this king is still on g8. So of course that didn't happen, because Dmitry Andreikin is a grandmaster, not Romka. So what was played? Bishop c5, castle, still this cannot be taken. Thus knight d3, bishop d4, queen h5, he hit pawn h7. So now it's very important, because now let's say move like bishop 3 just lose on the spot. So g6, and after bishop g6, you know, I think the game could have finished in a draw after take. Oh, what draw am I talking about? Because white actually take on e6. So actually it's not a draw. So it's just a way to kind of. So actually, wait. So bishop d4. Yeah, computer thinks it's a mistake. Yeah, the computer now thinks this, and now queen h5 is no longer possible. That's the idea. Because queen h5, there is bishop is still hanging on d3. So after bishop d4, which was played in the game, now queen h5 is possible. I'm not sure if it was missed. So yeah, he spent 20 minutes. So I assume he went for this line. I mean, he definitely saw queen h5, g6, bishop g6, and then the move he played queen e7, but I just don't understand the whole idea. If you can go king h8, not allowing this to happen, because queen d3, why do you allow this to happen right now? Because, alright, bishop goes back to e4. I assume what happens here, he was good with sacrificing an exchange, and after queen e7, he basically saw that, you know, rook is under attack and bishop is under attack, and if rook goes to d1, there's takes, 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 and there's just a simple draw. So, but rook f4. No, Dmitry Andreikin. He's like, nah man, I'm not going to take on e3, I'm not going for a draw, I'm going for a win. Because I have two bishops, so my position is a bit more active, so let's see what we've got. So bishop d5, rook f8, still doesn't take an exchange. Arjun is like, I don't care man, right now I'll protect. King h8, g3, rook f6, takes, takes, rook e2, b6. I'm just trying to glance at the engine, because, yeah, Daniel Naradzitsky. Kravnik would say interesting, but yeah, I'm just trying to understand where things went wrong. So knight c2, bishop b2. So yeah, bishop b2 seems like a bad move. Now computer says bishop c5, but again, bishop c5, you kind of, you know, weaken this point of e5. Bishop b2, queen h4, this a4, rook f4, and now look at this, rook f4. The idea is that after g takes f4, there's rook g8, and white have to go for this. And there's e takes f4. What a brilliant maneuver, and if queen g8, I mean, it's just a lost position after f3. So, and of course, don't have to take. Knight d3 is gotta be played, and play by play, you know, queen g8 will be taken. Take this. Knight f3, I think, is the only move which was there, because now after f3 there is no longer checkmate. Once again, didn't happen. Queen goes to h6, queen c4, and even at this point, like, as you can see evaluation bar here on the left, I mean, it's equal. There is no advantage at all for any of the sides. Rook f5, and this was kind of where things started going a bit wrong, but still, all the mistakes happened a bit later in the game. So now knight f3 is played. This is protected by this queen, and now we kind of fork, but still our queen is under attack. Takes, takes, this, and rook b2, rook a4, rook c2, and I'm pretty sure Arjun kind of calculated that he might have a chance, but once again, if black play rook g5 or rook f5 here, still very holdable position, but mainly rook g5. But it's tough to find. You have 3 minutes only on the clock, and rook g5 doesn't seem like an obvious move. So e4, how Dmitry played in the game, looks like a very, very obvious logical move. But after rook d1 and rook b5, now it turns out after rook c7, now checkmate ideas, and rook e7, black started having problems. And the problem is after e4, he kind of restricted this rook on a4, because now obviously rook on b4 would be useful. It would be useful somewhere here or on c file, but the problem is now it can't go to g4, because now e4 pawn cuts the way of this rook, so now it becomes very problematic. h4, rook g4, rook d8, rook d7, and now checkmate has been threatened on h7. So black gotta be very active. Rook h7, rook d7, king g2, king h3, h5, h6, h7, and here Arjun Erigaisi won the game, and for the first time in his chess career, he crossed 2800 and became only the 16th player in chess history to do it, but we'll discuss it a bit later in the video. So here the idea is after rook h1, king g2, rook h7 of course is the only move. If they don't do it, I mean, that just rook d8, rook j8 the next move, so there is no, absolute no defense. So great win by Arjun in this specific tournament. So as I can see, he won 4 out of his 5 games, the only draw being against Alexander Predkin round number 4. So if things stays the same, hopefully we will see Arjun, keep this 2800 level for the rest of the tournament. Maybe Arjun, don't play any more games, man. 2800 in the neck on November 1. 2800 on November 1. If it will be counted. But yeah, guys, we have another Indian elite player. Now world number 3. But let's get to website called 27chess.com, where we will see what's happening in the world of chess right now. Let's go. Alright guys, so let me walk you through. So Magnus is still first, 28-31. Fabi, who just won US Chess Championship, is now 28-05.2. And Arjun Erigaisi can overtake Fabi if he plays well in the next 5 or 4 rounds which left. So Hikaru by 0.1 is number 4 right now. Gukesh 5th, who is going to challenge Dean Liren. By the way, so I was looking at the website today, and alright, right now, go to the comment section and guess where Dean Liren is. Just name his freaking world spot right now. We'll go down below, of course, and I'll show you where he is, but to me, it just, I was looking at it, I was just shocked. I mean, the guy is world champion. So, and alright, let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go. Not even in top 20. Let's go down. And here he is, world number 23. So, and right now what happens is Gukesh is playing his last tournament before the World Chess Championship match, which starts in less than a month. And Dean Liren, I'm not sure what his last classical tournament was, so let me know in the comment section. But guys, I mean, there are probably Dean Liren fans as well, but I just don't want him to win. I know it sounds bad, and I wish him luck in the upcoming World Championship match, because if he surprises, if he plays well, but what happens right now is, alright, he became a world champion and nobody knows about chess. And we gotta make something more out of it. And it's very disappointing that the best chess player on the planet does not participate in these cycles. Because for me personally, I would, do anything to see Magnus competing against, let's say, Gukesh right now, or against anyone else. Just play these matches. Just, still show that you're the best in the world. And we don't see it. And that's why, chess loses its credibility. We'll have random players win the World Chess Championships. I mean, I hope Gukesh wins right now. He's on fire. Young player, 18-year-old, but I just want to see the best versus the best. As let's say for me, I'm a big hockey fan. And there is Winter Olympics held each 4 years. And starting from Olympic Games 2018. So I was on the last Olympics in Sochi, Winter Olympics, where NHL players were competing, and this is the last. They were competing best on best, and in 2026 again they promise us to basically send the best players, but let's see. So, and this is the same story about chess. I want to see Magnus Carlsen competing for the World Chess Championship title. I mean, do something to satisfy him. I mean, after all, it's a shame the world champion doesn't participate. So yeah, he'll still play in Rapids World and Blitz World Championships, but I just want to see him in classical chess. Adjust the format, make it less, make 1 hour plus 30 seconds. Do whatever he wants. I don't know anymore. It's just a shame. But alright guys, world number 23 against world number 5 competing for the world number 1 spot, because generally how those matches went, most of the time, so the world chess champion was probably the highest ranked chess player on the moment. I mean, on the top we can say it about, when Kramnik beat Kasparov, I'm not sure if it was the case, but yeah, but then Anand, who was definitely on top at that time, then Magnus, who is still dominating the world of chess, but now in Liren. Or make it like that so Gukesh takes the #1 spot. Then I'm alright, but as long as the world #1 is not the world champion, I'm not happy. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.